in savings, 5,000 in the bank, 15,000 in a business. And he was so happy. We last week we were sharing, some of us were crying, out of gratitude. And my driver, he lives in a slum area, and 20,000 pesos is like 1,000,000 pesos there. You know what I'm talking about? And my 3 helpers, just last month, I helped them. They now opened an account in CitySec Online. That is an online trading platform. So they will now, my 3 helpers, will be investing in the stock market. And one of my helpers last year, or 2 years ago, she opened a Euro mutual fund. And it's already growing. And I was just listening to them, and I told them this. I told this little group, I said, when you retire, mark my word, if you continue our investment program, when you retire, you will retire as millionaires. And you should have seen their faces. Shock, awe, disbelief. But guess what? A glimmer of hope. You see what I'm doing? Ask me what I'm doing. I'm changing their belief. Because unless I can change their belief, they will never prosper. They've got to stop believing that, everything I'll always be poor, and, I was born poor, and that nothing will happen to me. No, they've got to believe that, yes, I can be wealthy. Yes, I can be rich. I can become a millionaire. Are you listening? You know what? For 6 years, I published my book, The 8 Secrets of the Truly Rich. Remember that book? I published that about 5 years ago. It's been about 6 years I've been teaching people how to prosper. Some people don't like it. Small group, very small people, they would come to me or they email me and they tell me, Brother Bo, you've become worldly. You don't anymore, you're not pure. And then I remember one woman, she told me, Brother Bo, we want the old Bo that preaches only about faith and prayer. And I did not respond to her anymore, but I wanted to say, it's impossible. I can't. I will continue to help people prosper. 2 reasons. I remember one email told me, Brother Bo, you always talk about money. Why? You want to know why? Number 1, because the Bible talks about money. This book talks about money, more about money than about faith and prayer combined. You know that? Jesus talks about money more than he talked about heaven and hell. Ask me why? Because God knows that money is such a big area in our life. He knows, and he wants to address that situation. Friends, can anybody lend me 1,000 pesos? 1,000, please. Yes, if you have one. Yeah, just one big bill, if you have it. Can you come? Okay. Thank you so much. Thank you. My birthday is in July, but is this evil? I'm not convinced. Is this evil? Are you sure? You see, it's so difficult, and I saw you, I caught you there. There was a split-second hesitancy because your subconscious is crying out, right? Your conscious mind took over. Now, what answer will Bo expect? Oh, no. But deep within, inwardly, are you listening to what I'm saying? There's a subconscious pull. Is this evil? Tell me, how in the world can this be evil? We need 210 of this just to make the feast go on every Sunday. We spend 210,000 pesos, 70,000 for the venue, 20,000 for your parking place there that we give you for free, 60,000 for the equipment. We spend 210. How can this be evil if we can't even hold a feast once a week? You got what I'm saying? Anawim Our ministry for the abandoned elderly, picking up old people from the streets, we need 700 of this every single month. 700,000. Our 2 orphanages, Grace to be Born, Tahanan ng Pagmamahal, plus the Pag-asa ng Pamilya Scholarship Fund for Poor Children, plus our sister organization, He Cares, Street Kids, another 700 to 800,000 every single month. How in the world can you call this evil? I'll give you my punchline. Are you ready? Say, I'm ready. How can you call this evil if it is in the hands of a good person? And handsome too. Huh? I mean, can you come here, please? Please come here. I'm not talking about myself. Hold it up. How can it be evil if a good person and a beautiful person is holding it? Amen? Amen. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Friends, listen to me. I want you to prosper. I know you're good people. I want the money of this world to flow into good people, because when the money is in the hands of good people, God can use it. If good people will not hold that money and all the money will go to the bad people, then God cannot use that money. You got me? Say emotional association. Emotional association is any object that comes up to you, you have a link to it. It means something to you. I'll give you, look at this picture. Tell me what's the first thing that comes to your mind. What's your emotional association? Okay, I bet it could be this. Ice cream equals happiness, right? Some of you, another connotation, another emotional association, ice cream equals family gathering, right? For some of you, this is what it means. Ice cream equals additional pounds. And so you want to avoid it. Ice cream could also mean, diarrhea if you're allergic. So it could mean many things. How about this? Look at this picture. Sports car. What's the first thing that comes to your mind? What's the association? Maybe it means rich. Sports car equals cool. Or it could be sports car equals gas guzzler. It depends. Another picture. How about a gun? Maybe your association is this. Gun equals death. Or gun equals protection. That's why there's a debate about gun and gun control. About this picture. Next picture. Next picture. Okay. Money. Most people, if they're going to be honest, if they will be honest, friends, the first thing that comes to your mind, the emotional association, the loaded picture is money equals evil. And friends, that's what you need to remove from your heart and your mind. Ask me why. Read this statement. I wrote it myself. You'll gravitate towards what you subconsciously want. Together. And avoid what you subconsciously do not want. If money is evil, my gosh, why do I want money? Because I don't want evil, because you don't want evil, and then you will avoid money. Even if money is right there in front of you, you will sabotage, you will steal, you will lose it. Are you listening? Oh, remember that small group of people that email me, call me up, tell me, Bo, why are you talking so much about money? Bo, you've changed. Bo, your world. You remember? I made an informal survey. Some of them I knew. I made an informal survey. 80% of them have financial problems. 80% of them, they're either poor, they're in debt. You know why? Because subconsciously, they believe that money is evil. They believe that to talk about money is evil. To focus on money is evil. And so they don't do it. And so they're in debt and you got me? And I pity them. I really do. Some of them are my friends. And I want to help them. And I want to help you. I told you that there are 2 reasons why I keep on teaching financial literacy. The first one is that it's there. It's in the Bible. Here's number 2. I don't want to be mushy, but I have to say this. The reason why I help people prosper is because I love you and I want you to prosper. I want to see you get so blessed. You do not have to be under debt. You do not have to be poor. You do not have to suffer financial struggles. You do not have to make ends meet and have a tight budget and not knowing where to go and what to do and where to borrow when an emergency comes. You do not have to do that. You can prosper. And I can teach you how. Here in this series, we're going to open the Word and you're going to get blessed and then you're going to share to other people. Are you ready? The Bible has never said that money is evil. Never said that. What does it say? 3 things. Are you ready? 3 things. The first verse is the one that I love. It's from Matthew 7, verse 11. Let's read together. As bad as you are, you know how to give good things. Oh, yes. Good things. How much more? Friends, listen to me. You know, how many of you are parents? Raise your hand. Do you give good stuff to your kids? Do you love doing it? I love doing it. I really do. You know, one of the things that I give to my kids are books. I love giving them books. Their library is now as big as my library. And that says a lot because I love books, you know. Here's verse number 2. Get shocked by this. Deuteronomy chapter 8. And it says, it is God who gives you the power to create wealth. Who gives you the power? To create wealth. How can money be evil if, say if, God gave you the power to create it? Yes? It's illogical. Everybody, put your hand over your chest. Everybody say, God has given me the power to create wealth. Tell someone beside you, you have the power. Tell someone beside you, gamitin mo naman. Diba? And finally, the third passage I want to share with you is from Psalms 35. The Lord takes pleasure in the prosperity of His servant, in the well-being of His servant. God is happy when you're prosperous. He's not sad. Yesterday, my son came from a shoot of Mustard TV. He's still the host, right? And they never pay him. But yesterday, he came home with 1,000 pesos. And the staff decided to pay him. You know, at first I didn't like that, but then I thought, you know what, it will, you know, I looked at my son, he's 10 years old, and with 1,000 pesos because of the shoot, being a host, and there's this like manly pride in him, like, you know, I earned this, I'm bringing this home. What did I feel? Ask me. Pleasure. I experienced the joy and the pleasure of seeing my son earn money. That's what God feels when He sees you using your gifts to serve others and being blessed financially because of your service. You got that? We're going to have a companion in this entire 6 weeks. I'm going to give each family, only one per family, please, a basil plant. It's in this little pot. Okay? Do you eat pesto? Okay, it comes from this plant. In 6 weeks, after the series, this one will be this big. 6 weeks. Okay? This will represent you. And if you can see this, this is the seed. It starts small, right? And this is it. But you have to do something. What will you do? This one, little plant, cannot become like this if you do not do one thing. Ask me, what's that one thing? Change the pot. About 2 months from now, you've got to change the pot. You've got to get that soil, put it in a big pot. Because if you do not do that, the plant will remain the same. It will remain small. You got me? The pot represents your belief. Your belief has to enlarge. If your belief is, I'm small, I'll always be small, I'll always be poor, I'll always be lower middle class, I'll always have debts forever and ever, guess what? You'll never prosper. One of the things you've got to see is it's got to be there. You know, the ability to believe. Friends, money is evil. Remove that from your mind. Remove that from your system. Drain it. Squeeze it out. Learn new principles. The Father wants to give you good things. Therefore, money equals provision. Say provision. Something else. The second verse I taught to you, it is God who gives you the power to create wealth. So, money equals God's power, right? And then finally, money equals God's pleasure. It is His pleasure. My two helpers, they were sharing to me that, you know, because of their work with me, one of them was able to build a house already for her family in the province. The other one was able to buy a property in the province. And despite that, they were telling me one of them already has 15,000 of savings in the bank ready to be invested in the stock market. The other one also has another 15,000 ready. Now you might be thinking, magkano kaya yung sweldo nila? You're saying, oh, baka, maybe Bo is giving them 20,000. No. I'm giving them a regular wage, a little bit higher, I admit, because I'm a generous person. But it's really the savings, the investing, and